I watched myself do this.
Hey,
That's my phone. It's my daughter probably. Hello. Hi. It is time for you to go to bed. Yeah. Aubrey, stop crying. Stop crying. It's okay. I'm giving you kisses right now. Because I miss you too. I said I'm crying too because I miss you too. You're my little boo-boo. Aubrey, I can't, honey. I have to get up super early. Super early. Mom, stop yelling, please. It's alright, honey. I'm getting back late tomorrow, but I will see you on Saturday morning and we'll do something fun. Okay? No, don't. Okay, bye. She just hung up on me. Aubrey, you hung up on me without telling me you love me. I love you too. Bye. As I was saying, what was I saying? So I was judging, and fabulous. Okay, fabulous was totally my style, and I'm looking at her bracelet as I'm tweeting stank thing, and then next thing I say is, but her bracelet is dope though. And then it was kind of like the tweet wasn't even, the tweeting at that moment wasn't even necessary anymore. It was almost like I caught myself. I found myself in this funky place, even though I had a pretty decent day, great attitude all day. And I caught myself about to be trifling, about to be that girl. Judging someone that I don't know based entirely on appearance, and not even because I didn't even really look at her that strong. I just knew that she sat down in my chair when I wanted that whole seat to myself so I could eat my salad. And it was this weird looking at her bracelet somehow clicked me on. Now, the reason why this is significant is because on my way to the train this early afternoon, as I was walking, I was saying a prayer. And it was very general. It was one of those things, thank you for this adventure. Thank you for this part of this journey. Thank you for getting me to my destination safely. And thank you for all the connections. Thank you for helping me to connect with beautiful, awesome, special people. Thank you for this day of connecting with people. And I mean, that's not exactly what I said, but that was the gist of it. Yeah, I connected with people. At the audition, it was fine, but that was understandable. Like when you're at an audition, you're supposed to be on, but when you're coming home from an audition, you are kind of switched off. You're like, we get in our zones. We have our newspapers, we have our cell phones, we have whatever. We don't often look at travel on a train or a bus or a plane, some of us do, but we don't often look at that as a time and a space to connect, like really make a human spiritual, maybe I should take the human part off, make a spiritual connection with somebody. So back to my story. So I'm looking at her bracelet and I'm staring at it like, wow, this is awesome. And I wasn't going to say anything, but I just did. And I tapped her and I said, your bracelet is beautiful. And she's like, oh, thank you. You scared me for a second. I thought you were about to say something about my bracelet like it was on fire. I was about to leave it just there. I told her bracelet was beautiful and we can go on about our lives. I'm going to eat my brownie. But she engaged me some more. She said, do you work in the city? And I was like, no. See, I'm still giving her the almost. I'm smiling and being pleasant, but I was just kind of like, and she was like, oh, so you're just visiting? I was like, yeah. So it was one of those, you know, the real short, clippy answers. That was me. She said something. She was asking me about, because, you know, I told her I'm a writer, that I write. And she was asking me some of the things that I wrote, and I told her. And then it was almost like I was impassioned. I was intrigued. She was asking me about me. I could talk about me. And so I did. But it wasn't really about me, because it was funny because we were really engaged. So then the woman that I'm calling Gabby and I are chatting so hard about so many different things. Like, the conversations were everywhere, and it was funny and it was endearing. It was a Seinfeld episode. It really was. And we engaged her friend that turned out to be her boss, and it's just this really great, fabulous, fun, spiritual interaction, even though we didn't really talk about spirituality. But we connected. For that entire train ride, we were kindred spirits. And that's what happened. It was the most amazing thing that, to recall it now, I still get a little misty, because my intention going in was to make meaningful connections with people. And coming out, I decided, okay, well, the day is over. Like, when I was thinking of connections, maybe the subtext was connections like network, connections like someone helping to further my career, maybe. And the most unlikely place to make that connection, I mean, to the point where we didn't even realize that the train had stopped and we were at Trenton. We were at the train station. It was time for us to get off the train. Like, that's how engaged we were with each other in conversation. We were engaged. We were connected. Like, it was over. It was done. It was time to get up. And we're sitting here like, wow, really? The same person that I wanted to go on Twitter and find something to talk about was the same person that, as we're walking off the train, we're giving hugs and kisses to like we're long lost friends. How she looked, how I looked, doesn't even matter when you're truly connecting. This is just a shell. It's a frame. It houses the big picture, which is way, way, way inside. These are church moments that you can have every single day, that you don't have to put on your Sunday's finest to have. That you can look around you everywhere and connect with another soul and have church and not even talk about God. That's what spirit is. Spirit isn't everything. It's everywhere present. It's everywhere that you are in this moment. And as long as you're present, as long as you're conscious in this moment, you can have those moments. Having human moments like I had on the train, where I was looking for something to do. I'm going to talk about this one over here. And then coming out from it, enlightened and inspired, and having made a genuine connection. That's why this little chat is called A Course in Connecting. Because a lot of times we believe that connections, we got to make connections, we got to network. We believe that, I mean, that's why networking is just the most pointless thing in the world. And the reason why is because there's nothing meaningful that truly comes out of it. You pass out cards, you exchange information, and how many of those people you actually call? And how many of those people actually want to hear from you? Seriously. But when you talk about connecting, you're talking about engaging more than your lips, more than your mind. You're talking about engaging whole beings in a moment. And then both of you walk away enriched in some way. It was a beautiful lesson today. And that's why I call myself a life explorer, because I'm looking for those lessons. I'm actively seeking them. This phase of my life is all about learning how to reconnect. And not in a way to further my career, not in a way to get something out of somebody. I want to connect with people because I want to have meaningful life experiences. I want to have meaningful, authentic life experiences. And the only way you do that is by really connecting with people, not giving them your bullshit ass to kiss, like giving them you. Putting your phone down, putting your laptop away, stop checking your email, and connecting with those people who are around you. That is what true spirit is about, because essentially we are all connected. There is not a single being on this planet that does not have an impact on my life and on yours. There's not a single being. There's not a rock. There's not a tree. There's not a waterfall. There's not a person. There's not a place. There's not a thing that does not impact my life in some way. It's called the ripple effect. And the sooner we come to grasp, the sooner we come to understand how connected we all are, the sooner we will get truly in touch with who we are, what we're here to do, live out our purpose, and start really thriving as beings. She and I talked about that too. So with that said, I think I've talked your ear off enough for this Friday with Envy. And prayerfully, this little nugget of insight about my humanness and the other nuggets that prayerfully I'll give you in other Fridays with Envy will help spark something in you, because we are connected after all. And thank you for watching. See you next week.